Thank you so much for joining. I just wanted to get on here and just share some information that I just decided that I'm okay with in my life at this point. And that's with being more frugal than most people I know. I mean, I really have come to the realization that I'm more frugal than most people I know at my age, at this stage in my life. And I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I'm perfectly comfortable with that. And it has taken some years for me to get to this point, but I'm definitely comfortable with being considered cheaper and more frugal than most people that I know. Why do I say that? Well, I just recently had a trunk party or graduation party for my daughter, and it's more of a trunk party where she's going away to college and you throw a party so that people can, help support and contribute to the things that she may need or she may have on her desire, her wish list to go away to college. And we just had that this evening, and I just realized that I was very frugal in the whole process of this party that we had. Some people my brother was saying, why didn't you rent a space? Because we had the space in the party in my mother's backyard. She has a larger backyard than mine, so I thought, why not? It seats a good amount of people. I recently used her backyard to have a 25th anniversary for myself, my husband and I, 25th anniversary, and we had it all decked out. It was like an outdoor gala, and it worked because renting a hall is upwards of $700 in my area and above. So I clearly let him know that no, that was not what I was going for, because I did not want to rent a hall and pay that money for 4 hours and then have to clean up when I could perfectly use her backyard, and my mother was okay with that. I could have used my backyard as well, but I just thought the venue, it's bigger, we would have tables, etc. So why not use my mother's backyard? She's perfectly fine with that. So that saved me $700 in my eyes. And I found that I was frugal in that I decided to cook most of the food because it's cheaper to cook than it is to order or cater the food. I checked around, and catering a pan of chicken to serve maybe 20 people was fried chicken was upwards of $45 a pan for potentially, I think that was like 40 pieces of chicken, $45 a pan. Well, I did purchase the fried chicken, but I made curry chicken and jerk chicken, and I purchased that myself. Went to the store, bought the meat. The chicken was about $1 a pound, and that was, regular, like sale price, $1 a pound. Bought about 20 pounds of chicken, and I cooked that. So $20 for the chicken. So I just wanted to share with you all some of the ways that I felt that I saved cooking my food myself. So I confirmed that the meat, like I said, was maybe about $50 for the meat. I did jerk chicken, curry chicken, and then I also did macaroni and cheese. I cooked that myself. And in addition, I made I made salad, regular salad, which I bought at the big box store, Sam's. And then I added my own spin to it, added some fruit, etc. I also made two types of salad, a Caesar, another type of salad, a kale salad. And then I also made myself the cheese sauce. So we had walking tacos. We bought the cheese and we bought the ground turkey, and I made that myself. So I did a list of everything, what everything costs, and the decorations. I did not go to the party store to buy party balloons and items. I had an arch that I had purchased for another graduation party for my daughter, and I had the arch. I bought it from Amazon once, $25 I think I paid for the arch, and you could add the balloons, remove and add in different colors. Bought that, so that was from my home, already purchased. I had pans already from my home, the foil pans, from buying them from another occasion back earlier in the year. Did not have to purchase that. I also bought, I bought the balloons to match her school color, this is her school color. So I bought the balloons to match that from Amazon. That I feel was an unnecessary purchase. I could have saved money from buying the balloons, because the balloons I paid for on Amazon. I ordered them. I wanted them same day shipping. I got them yesterday. The balloons cost me $14 for the balloons. And I was like, now that was not a wise decision. Definitely could have gone to Dollar Tree and purchased balloons. So note to self, for future party planning, I could have bought balloons at the Dollar Tree, right? So for the grand total, including I bought a cake for her, I ordered a cake and I ordered cupcakes. Now, lesson learned again, I could have bought just one of those items. I could have done the cupcakes, or I could have done the cake. The cake was $50 approximately. The cupcakes were $20 approximately. So $70 for the dessert. In the past, I've made the cupcakes, but due to the hands and the time and all of that, just did not have the energy. So I chose to buy the cake and the cupcake. But I could have eliminated $20 from my budget had I not bought cupcakes, or $50 from my budget, which, knowing me, I probably would have chose to eliminate the $50 from my budget and not buy the cake and just did cupcakes, because nobody cares. They're happy. And by the way, I brought home half the cupcakes are in my refrigerator. Maybe about 10 of the 30 are in my refrigerator. And about half the cake is in my refrigerator. So lesson learned, I didn't need both of them. Just something to consider. So the grand total that I came up with after adding up everything, the cake, the $50 cake, the grocery store pickup, the fruits. I forgot to mention I bought fruits as well. Chose to cut up the watermelon and the cantaloupe and the honeydew and the pineapple. Pineapples were like $1.79 at Aldi. So that was a steal of a deal. I saw pineapples for $4 somewhere else. So I did have to go to a couple different places, but well, I'm saying all that to say, it saved money. Okay, it saved money. Now, I will say this: my budget was initially, I said my budget was like a $200 budget, $200 to $250, right? That was my budget. Well, I did go over that by almost 50%. Total of $386 was my total expense. But had I not bought those $14 balloons at Amazon, had I not bought the $50 cake, $56 at the grocery store for the cake, and I bought some candy for the party as well, that would have taken off about, what's that, 56, 76, 86, almost $90 off my budget. So I would have been more in the $290 range rather than the $386 range. Okay? So that is something that I'm gonna have to teach myself, because my husband was saying, you're doing too much, you're buying too much. But the good news is I do have leftovers, right? We got leftovers, we got dinner, there's ground beef that I can freeze for another meal or even another week's meal, right? Quite a bit of pan of ground beef, like the small pans of the ground beef. So that I can freeze. I have jerk chicken that I can have a meal. I don't expect to have to cook this week because I have these things. So at the end of the day, I feel like, okay, $386, my grocery bill potentially could have been, my grocery bill is usually about $200. So $200 for my grocery bill, $386 for the party. I'm really only out of that additional $186 for the party by doing it all myself. And there's leftovers, and people were able to take home. And I was able to feed, leave some at my mom's house for her, so she doesn't have to cook for a few days this week. We have leftover for lunch from our meal, so I'm okay with being frugal. I'm okay with being frugal. And what I also learned about myself being frugal, there's certain things that I decide that I'm just not going to spend a lot of money on. Like I'm over some of these things. Now, I'm over buying expensive $500 purses. I don't think I ever bought a $500 purse, but maybe a $300 purse. I'm over trying to get that famous Louis Vuitton $2,000 bag. I'm over it because that's $2,000 that I can have in my bank account, okay? Or in my stock account growing money for me, profit, interest, etc. Like I said, I invested, I'll share this again, I invested $1,000 in NVIDIA stock back in about February or March, and that $1,000 has gained me $500. Okay? So if I invested $2,000, it would gain me potentially $1,000. So I'm over giving people my money and then buying the cute thing. I'm telling you, there's places you can buy them refurbished, used, discounted, thrifted. Somebody's getting rid of an old item. They don't want it anymore. Another man's trash is another man's treasure. So I'm over it. I'm over it. And I'm just sharing with you all. I'm telling you. Remember my $5,000 emergency last week? Or a week? Less than a week ago? There will be another emergency. As I've learned over the years, as Dave Ramsey taught me, there will be another emergency because stuff happens. And the thing is, when you have money put away, that doesn't become an emergency anymore. You just have to pay it. You just pay it. So I'm saying all that to say, why don't y'all share with me? I am over trying to catch up and do everything. I do like to do online shopping like the rest of the world, right? But I try to do it very affordably, very frugally, okay? I like a good deal. And I learned something years ago. I read a book, and the man said, in his country, I think the gentleman was in India, he said in his country, you always have to barter about everything. So I'm always trying to get a deal, a discount, and they're like, the big thing you have to learn about trying to get a deal, you want to make sure that you have insulted the seller with your offer, with your request, so that they will be willing, they will be so annoyed with you and irritated with you, you may end up getting it for a little bit higher than the insulted price that you gave them, but you got it for a better price than you would have thought. Sometimes I'm like, Simone, I can't believe you just asked that person for a discount. I went to buy tires one day and I asked the man, do you have any sales going on? Can you give me a discount on my tires? And sure enough, that man gave me, I think he discounted the tire by like $40 per tire. Like I saved almost $200. I'm telling you, the other day I paid for, I also paid that amount. It did not include the lawn guy. So there was another $100 for the lawn guy to do my mother's yard. I paid for the lawn to, get that done. But he was asking me for $130 to mow the lawn. And I said, oh my goodness, that's kind of high. You charged me a little bit less, like $75 last year. I scrolled back to the text messages that he had sent me, and I screenshotted it, and I said, you charged me $75 before. That man mowed that lawn. He agreed to the $75. And then after he went in there and doing it, he said, he started working on it. He said, okay, Simone, you got to pay me a little bit more for this lawn because this yard is big. So he asked for $25 more. So I gave him the $100. But the point is, I still saved $30, right? $30 here, $30 there, $30. I could have saved $100. So I'm saying all that to say, I could have had the pre-cut fruit, watermelon, pre-cut everything, but I chose to have that cut up. My son and I were working very hard to get that done. But the point is, now we have fruit, we have leftovers, it is always easier to do it yourself cheaper to do it yourself than to pay someone to do it. But sometimes you do have to make that determination, right? So I'm saying all that to say, I have come to realize that I'm frugal. I like to save money. I get a joy out of it. I get a joy out of getting a discount and saving some of these coins, because it is real out here. Things are raising. Inflation is real. You know, things have gone up. We all know, right? The grocery store can be dangerous, can be hazardous to your pocketbook. So I'm just saying all that to say, I've come to realization that I'm okay with being frugal. I'm okay with people calling me cheap. You know, I'm okay with friends and family saying, Simone, that's pricier than, that's a good deal that you got. You know, average price is higher than what you're saying. Okay, well, that's the average price. But as for me, I'm going to ask for a discount. So I'm just saying, share with me. Are you guys frugal? Do you ask for a discount? Are you always trying to save $1? Do you get a joy out of talking people down off of the price? You know, it's what you're willing to pay. It's what they're willing to accept. It's an offer. Take it or leave it, right? So I'm just sharing that all with you guys. You might want to try a little bit of frugal, a little bit of haggling with someone the next time you go for a service or to purchase something, or even just look for a cheaper price. You may have to go to a couple places. Just look for a cheaper price. And as I'm saying, these are some of the tips I learned today with party planning. Do it yourself. Save some money. Just plan ahead and you'll get it done. Well, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. All the best.